So I was looking through Letterboxd and I found a list that had every Oscar Best Picture nominee on it. And I looked how many I've seen, and I have seen 59 of them. I would have watched one more to make it even 60, but I decided that I just want to do this because I thought it'd be funny. I'm going to rank every Oscar Best Picture winner I've seen. Nominee. I have not seen 59 Best Picture winners. Some of these did win Best Picture, and we'll talk about them when we get there, but sorry. And we'll talk about that when we get there, but I just thought I'd rank what I've seen. This video is going to be more like kind of boring to look at, I guess. Like if you're just like if you want a podcast, you can listen to this one, just be talking about Oscar movies, but yeah, I'm not really going to put anything behind me. I just thought it'd be kind of interesting if I just kind of talked because there's 59 of them. There's only so much I can do. So, yeah, let's get into this. The 59 Best Picture nominees that I've seen. Let's rank them. In last place, we have the 1968 Romeo and Juliet movie. Now, pretty recently, I watched a movie called Jesus Revolution, which is really good. And if you're interested in that kind of movie, well, go watch it because it made me cry. In that movie, I think it was that movie. Yeah, it's called that movie. In that movie, they watch the 1968 Romeo and Juliet movie in the theater. I hate this movie. I hate it. I have seen it twice. I have seen this awful movie twice. And like, hang on. Sorry. I feel like this movie. Whoa, I'm having bodily functions. I feel like this movie. It can work as an adaptation, but just like. It's more of like a personal thing. I've seen it twice. It's never interested me. And I feel like I've went into detail about why I don't like it before. I just don't think it's a good movie. I just think it's really boring and bad, and I don't think the actors are doing great. I don't know. I just find it kind of annoying to me, and I don't know why. Next up, we have The Music Man from... Whoa, spelled man wrong. 1962. Hang on, let me make sure that is right. Yes, 1962. I first watched this movie at my grandparents' house with my cousins who really wanted to watch it. And this was kind of before I got really into film, and I was like, I'll watch anything. Well, if you want to watch a 3-hour war movie, well, you know what? What's the worst that can happen? It's only 3 hours of my precious time. So that's great. And I watched it. I didn't like it. It's just too long, man. It's just so long and boring. Ron Howard is in this movie. My video looks awful. Close Google. Oh, I should probably do that. Yeah. Yeah, the movie's bad. It's just long, and I just don't have I think back and there's only like 2 songs I think were okay, but I don't remember what they are. I just remember thinking that's okay, I guess, but like nothing else in it's okay. It's just all boring and long, and it's just kind of lame. Yeah, The Music Man. It didn't win. It's it is Oscar bait for sure. Like I was not surprised when I saw that this was a Best Picture nom, but yeah. All right, next up, a movie that I probably should like more, Dunkirk. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just don't like Dunkirk very much. And I think the main culprit is I don't like war movies. No, hang on. But let me explain myself real quick before we get later on in the video where I talk about some more war movies. I like war movies when it's not just showing me that war is hell. I get it. I don't want to go to war either. I don't want to watch these people get blown to bits. I don't want to see that. There are movies coming up on this list that have engaging characters and great stories and great action. And I just think a lot of war movies just want to focus on that one aspect of war the boring parts. Like, yes, I know war sucks. War sucks. I don't want to go to war. No one wants to go to war. So we get to watch these people in the most dramatic moment of their lives, and I hate it. It's boring. Yeah, this is not my least favorite Christopher Nolan film. But, like, Tenet is funny, at least. Like, it's just funny how much it, like, fails with me. Yeah, I'd rather rewatch Dunkirk than Tenet because it's a lot shorter and it is better for sure. But, like, Dunkirk is just so lame. Anyway. Those are all the three movies that I think are just, like, they're the three worst. These next couple are movies I think are, like, enjoyable or interesting. So, yeah. Babe was nominated for Best Picture. It was. You know, came out the same year as movies like Braveheart and Apollo 13. And here's Babe. I'm going to be honest, I've seen Babe like once. I don't remember a lot about it. I remember seeing it. I have the VHS copy of it. Don't remember a lot more. I remember it being a cute enough little film. I've heard the second one's pretty cool. I don't know, man. I feel like if you haven't already seen it, it's not going to interest you now if you didn't grow up with it. So, yeah. Field of Dreams was nominated for Best Picture. And it's a baseball movie. I don't know. I don't think it was bad. I think there were some like cool parts like James Earl Jones. I really don't. I have nothing more to say about Field of Dreams. I don't remember any of it. I first watched Hidden Figures in my 7th grade math class. I know. I have not seen it since. I remember thinking, I don't know. I think it's kind of boring. I just like, you have some great characters, some great actresses here. Glenn Powell. But nothing really interested me here. I just can't see myself, like, if I didn't watch it without my choice, like, I watched it against my will is what I'm trying to say. If I didn't watch it in math class, I don't think I'd ever would have watched it. Unless it won Best Picture, which it didn't. I don't think I would ever have seen Hidden Figures. It's a, like, interesting enough movie, and there are some great performances here, but just never something that made me think, yeah, I need more. I need more Hidden Figures. This thing is in the way. It's blocking the green screen. Let me get it out of the way. Hang on. There's a really big beanbag that usually sits in the other corner of the room that was right next to the desk for some reason. Anyway. All right. That was were like the 6 out of 10s. We're going to talk later about some movies I think that should have won Best Picture. None of these 6 movies won Best Picture, so I can't really talk about them like that. But yeah, now we're getting to the movies I think are good. I'm dying. I have no idea what's wrong with me. Hang on. Whatever. I don't really know. It's only when I talk when I have to clear my throat. That's annoying. Anyway, Avatar. Avatar is clearly one of the best. Not the best. Avatar is the highest grossing movie of all time. It is one of the, it's one of the more popular films out there, I guess, when you're thinking about, like, highest grossing movies. Why does my voice sound like that? I lost my voice, like, last week, and it's slowly coming back, but I sounded more energetic yesterday in a day where I was trying to sleep deprivation off, so just whatever. Yeah, Avatar's kind of boring, I'm not gonna lie. Like, everything I said about Hidden Figures is just kind of the opposite for Avatar. You have some great looking, like, this is one of the nicest looking movies I've ever seen. It's got some cool action sometimes, but the characters are just kind of boring. Like, I think Sigourney Weaver's character is kind of neat, but, like, there's not really much else to Avatar. It's just kind of boring. I don't know. A Complete Unknown was nominated a few years ago. It was like a 2024 release, and yeah, I don't know. I think it's a good biopic. Life of Bob Dylan. Timothy Chalamet gives a good performance, but I don't know. I think it's a little long. Like I didn't even finish it in one night. Me and my dad had to stop watching like halfway through because we were tired. So I don't know. Good performances. It's good. I think it was a well-made movie at least, but I just don't think there's much else. If you're curious, that is the worst R-rated movie I've ever seen. It's still a good movie, so there's not a lot of bad R-rated movies I've seen. Avatar: The Way of Water is an improvement, but not by much. I think it looks even nicer than the first movie. Some characters are better. I like how they're introducing some new stuff, even though I feel that by the time I get around to Fire and Ash, it'll just be kind of boring. I probably should watch Avatar: Fire and Ash now that I've told people who love Avatar that I would as soon as it comes to Disney Plus, and here I am. Fire and Ash still isn't on my letterbox, but you know what? Whatever. Avatar: The Way of Water, it's a good movie. I don't know. It came out in 2022. I feel like it was just nominated for Best Picture just because, the first one was. Here's one that kind of baffled me when I first realized this. Juno was nominated for Best Picture back in 2008. The movie came out in 2007, I think. Juno. Okay. Never mind that Ratatouille came out in the same year, but Juno, the movie about teen pregnancy, the comedy about teen pregnancy that stars Rainn Wilson. Juno. I like Juno. I thought it was good, funny. Sometimes it had some good character moments, but this is the same Academy that didn't nominate The Dark Knight for Best Picture, and Juno got in the year before. Really? It's just stupid. It's good. It's a good movie, but there's nothing else to. Why is my face going through the chroma key? Do you see that? Might be the light. I think it's reflecting off my shirt or something. I don't know. I'm gonna open some windows. It kind of helps, but not really. Now it just looks dumb. I think it adds a nice atmosphere, at least. I don't know. Whatever. All right, anyway. E.T. Just one of the best movies of all time. E.T. is just what a fine movie. E.T. is good. Not much else to it. There's really literally I have nothing else to say. It's just kind of boring for most of it. I first watched it, thought it was good. Never saw it again. I don't know. It's E.T. It's popular for a reason. Next up is Rocky, which actually won Best Picture back in 1976. I think it was the same year Taxi Driver came out. I've never seen Taxi Driver, but from what I heard, I'm assuming it is better than Rocky because I think Rocky's a little overrated. Not gonna lie. It's good. There are some really phenomenal scenes, the scenes where the movie about a boxer, the boxer is fighting someone. That's the good stuff. I don't care about anything else besides Rocky. I don't care about any characters besides Rocky. I think Apollo Creed is a good character because Carl Weathers plays him. But I could care less about Rocky, this original character's relationship with Adrian. I don't care. Because, and I'm not against this, okay? I'm not against them being together, Rocky having a romantic partner, because I think it works by the end, but they spend so much time with it. I'm not a sports movie guy, but I only watch this one because it is one of the best movies of all time, apparently. And it's it's 2 hours long, and it could have been cut down if you would just cut those scenes down, because the second half of the movie is mostly dedicated to him training for the fight. And the fight is excellent. I love that. I love it. But everything else is just kind of boring. Yeah, I'm sure, I'm sure it's great now. And I've had this conversation with many people. Watching Rocky now is boring. Rocky is just kind of lame now. I'm sure it was fine. I'm sure it was actually pretty great back in 1976 because we didn't have anything else like it. But now that we have better sports movies, like better boxing and sports movies in general, like this movie is kind of nothing. It left its legacy even winning Best Picture, but that's all it has. That's all it kind of has now. So, whatever. All right, next up, Please Don't Kill Me. I'm going to give it to Jaws. Jaws is a movie that I think is good, but not much else. I'm sorry. I just do not like. I do think Jaws is good. I like it. First half's pretty great. Second half's just kind of boring. It's just so like I don't even know what to think about it because part of me likes how they don't show the shark animatronic because of technical reasons, and it makes sense that it's more scary if we don't see it, but like it just kind of disappears halfway through and then it comes up again. It's like the scenes with the shark are excellent, and now I'm just kind of watching three guys talking. It's just I don't know. Like the best of all time? No, it's not. It's not the best of all time. Like Rocky, it probably was when it first came out because we didn't have movies like it, but better. This movie kind of ruined monster movies. There, I said it. The decision not to show the shark was for technical reasons, and every monster movie thinks, oh, we shouldn't show our monster. People are going to be scared. But we're not. We're tired. We want to see the monster. We don't care what the humans have to say, and I don't know, King Kong. Show us King Kong. It's whatever. It's just whatever. Next up, interestingly, is Black Panther, the only Marvel movie on this list, I think. And yeah, it's kind of overrated for me. I don't know why. I'm honestly just I don't know. I think Black Panther is a good movie. It's got some like the CGI is kind of bad. Great characters, I guess. It's just never clicked with me. I don't know why. Still good, still pretty good, but like just I don't know. All right, next we're gonna move into the movies that I think like are really great. So let's talk about those. The Blind Side is a football movie. I don't have a lot to say about it. It's been a while since I've seen it. I've seen it at least twice. I know that, but I don't know. It's good. Up is a movie that I still think is overrated. It got nominated for Best Picture back in 2009, same year as Blind Side. Or I guess it was nominated in 2010, and it didn't win. I think it was it Slumdog? No, that was 2008. Inglourious Basterds didn't win, did it? 2010 Best Picture winner. Hurt Locker. I always forget that one. Yeah. Up is a good movie for the beginning and some really emotional scenes towards the, latter half and a pretty solid ending. It's a good movie all around. Just not as good as other people say, but it's good. The Wizard of Oz is a classic. It's a classic, man. I like The Wizard of Oz. I've grown to respect it a lot more over the years, but like if you were to give me a choice between watching, this or Wicked, I'm gonna pick Wicked. I do think that The Wizard of Oz, like I don't know, like this and Wicked for Good are kind of close to me. I really don't know which one is better. Probably The Wizard of Oz. It's a classic, but I don't know. Famously, Wicked for Good is not on this list, so yep. Next up, I have The Lord of the Rings: Two Towers. I'm gonna keep these discussions quick. This is my least favorite one, even though I still think it's a great movie. There's just not a lot to it that I think like the other two have. At least the other two have something. It's got some great, action scenes. Just I don't know. It's just the middle chapter. There's nothing else like too grand about it. Next up, I have Les Miserables. Yeah, Les Miserables. The movie I think is good. The movie I think is pretty good. I don't know. I feel like I need to have a discussion in its own video about Les Mis and what's wrong with it. But that would require me to rewatch Les Mis, and I don't think I have it in me to do that by myself. If I have a friend or someone asked me like, can we watch Les Mis? It's like, sure we can. I don't want to, but we definitely can. It's Les Mis, the movie. You know what's wrong with it. It's Best Picture nom is okay, I guess. Apollo 13, same year as Babe, of course, and it was on TV the other night. My parents were watching it, and it just kind of made me remember, like, yeah, this is pretty great, but there was a lot of boring scenes. I think it's got a great premise, some great characters, but everything else just kind of boring. But Apollo 13 is a great movie. I think you should all seek it out. One of the best quotes of all time in there. You know what it is. Train Dreams is one of the more recent films on this list, and I think it's pretty cute, pretty great. If the narrative were quiet, it probably would have been a bit better, but you know what? Overall, I'm glad it got its Best Picture nom. I knew it was going to get cinematography, a nom at least, but I'm really glad that a movie that I just kind of found online got into Best Picture. I think that is really cool. Next up is a Best Picture winner. We have Argo. Now, this is one I watched pretty recently. I did not expect to like it. Honestly, I thought it was going to be kind of bad because Ben Affleck is kind of a divisive filmmaker, and he won for this. So, but it's really good. I don't know, like it's just really good. I hate to keep saying that, but like there's not like it's about making a movie, kind of, and the way they do it is kind of cool. When I first like heard about Argo, I thought like this is just stupid war movie. I don't care, but no, it's actually pretty. It does what it set out to do, and it has great casting. Like, well, that was weird. Great casting, like John Goodman and Alan Arkin. Peak cinema right here. It is a great movie. Captain Phillips is a Tom Hanks movie. You'll see a lot of them here. Then it's pretty great. I think this is based off a true story happened in like 2009, 8. Came out in 2013, I think. And yeah, it's really good. Really great performances. Really great, like true story. That's pretty cool. It's a cool movie. Next up is The Sixth Sense. I hate not knowing. I hated 50 First Dates. That movie's great, but I hate it for telling me the ending of this movie because this is one of the greatest reveals in cinematic history. It's still a great movie regardless. I don't think if I didn't know the ending, I don't think I would have liked it anymore. Like if I went in blind, I don't think I would have liked it anymore, but it's still a pretty great movie. It didn't win, so it doesn't really matter, but 1917 is a movie that I was like kind of referring to earlier when I was talking about like war movies. Like they have to have good characters and a good story. I think this one really shines in the character department. We have to focus on these two characters. Obviously, the cinematography is great. The editing is obviously amazing. The story's kind of weak. Like it just kind of feels hard to follow sometimes. But for the most part, 1917 is a really good watch. Beauty and the Beast, like against all odds, got into Best Picture in 1991. Like that's still incredible. And the movie, like it didn't get in just because there was nothing else in. No, Beauty and the Beast is really good. Like still, it's one of the best Disney movies. Like it's not really my favorite. Like thinking back, there's like not a lot that like, yeah, that's Best Picture worthy. That's a really good scene. Like really good songs. Everything's pretty great about it. Just it's not really my thing for most of the time. All right, next up, we have a movie I also watched pretty recently that won Best Picture, A Beautiful Mind. And back in 2001, it came out. Won in 2002. If I talk about a movie and I gave it the year, I'm going to say the year it came out, okay? Yeah, A Beautiful Mind is pretty great. I think it's really cool. Like, I think it's worth anybody's time. I just think it's really cool how, like, the world he sees is just his. That's not really how I wanted to put that. I don't really want to spoil what's happening because, like, when I first figured it out, that was just really cool for me. So you guys should definitely go check it out. Next up, we have The First Wicked, which did get into Best Picture, which was a really good choice. I do think it is a really good movie. It won a couple other awards, but Best Picture was kind of like I knew it wasn't going to win, but it was still pretty cool that a more general popular movie got in because it did deserve it because Wicked 1 is really great. And I've talked about it before. I recently did a video where I talked about my top 10 musicals. Wicked made it on there. So if you want more thoughts about Wicked, go check that video out. And finally, round out these 8 out of 10s, we have Raiders of the Lost Ark. I know that it's not like, if you're giving me an Indiana Jones movie, I'm picking Last Crusade all day. One of the best movies of all time. I'm picking that one. Raiders is still really good, but just there's a couple things. It's like, I don't know. Like, you have one of the best opening scenes ever. You have one of the best climaxes ever. You need something in the middle. The middle's still really good. Middle's still great. But yeah, no, there's some issues with it. But I know I have like a 35-minute Indiana Jones video if you want to go check that out. All right, here's where we get to the real good stuff. This is where here's where some of the greatest movies of all time lie. Starting off with The Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. Nothing. I just completely screwed that. I am completely off script here. I completely screwed that up. I am so sorry. Next up, we have The Lord of the Rings: Fellowship of the Ring. That's what I meant to say. I was kind of floored when I first watched this movie because I knew I wanted to watch them because I knew they were considered some of the best movies ever. But I don't know. I really like this one. This one probably is the one I would pick to rewatch over all three of them. Just because it has some of the best character moments. It's got a really great score. It just feels like the most personal movie. Like, it just feels like you're with these characters. The other two, you feel like you're like watching a video game, which is great. The other two are great movies, but like this one, you feel like you're getting to know the characters. You are with the character. It just feels it's a pretty solid way of doing it. Next up is Dead Poets Society, which is a movie I've been told I should watch because I've heard it's pretty similar to another movie on this we'll get to later. But it's still a really great movie. But it just kind of feels like I want more Robin Williams is what I'm trying to say. It focuses too hard on like the Ethan Hawke side of things with the the kids. Needed more Robin Williams, like every movie does. Rest in peace. But the movie is still really great, and I watched it in school, and I legitimately almost cried at the end. I need to stop watching very heavily dramatized movies in school, or I'm going to lose my mind. Next up is F1, the movie that I really love. It's one of my dad's favorite movies, one of his favorites. I agree with his Best Picture nom because I think it was really good. I do think it is still stupid how we all saw it when it came out and thought it was really good and like a well-made film, and then it got nominated for Best Picture, and then people hate it. Anyone who did that, I hate you. Because we all saw this film and saw and said, we all saw it and said it was good. I've read your letterbox because whenever I finish a movie, I go read the reviews for the movie, and you all said it was good. And then you change your vote later because Best Picture is not that good. Shut up. You all said it was good. Whatever. Next is The Fabelmans, which is, a semi-autobiographical, take on Steven Spielberg's life, and it was really good. It's still, like, this will go down as, like, one of the most important movies I'll ever watch, because I want to go to school and learn about film, and just to see a movie, like, celebrating film in a way that's not obnoxious, it's really cool. I like how it's not, like, a full autobiography. It's, it's still a kind of a fictional work. Like, obviously, this is very loosely based on his life, but the characters are all fake. They're not real. So I just think it's really cool. I love how you can see glimpses of his later works, like, Indiana Jones and whatever else. I think it's really cool. And the next movie is a movie I'd never expected to really love as much as I did, is The Martian. And I tried to watch The Martian a little bit when I was younger because I thought, like, a guy gets stuck on Mars? That's really cool. I'm going to watch that, and it's going to be the best movie of all time. And I was just kind of bored by it. I never really watched it all the way through. And then I recently watched it for the first time, and I loved it. I think it was really good. Like, I was really glad to see that it got nominated for Best Picture. Like, that's just really cool. Sorry, my throat. It's just, like, you get older and you kind of realize, like, that's not boring. That's storytelling. Like, he's not going to encounter an alien, you know? He's got to live, and I think it's just really cool. I love, like, desert island movies like that. Not like movies I'd take with me on a desert island, but, like, you know, Castaway is one of the best movies ever, so obviously I'm going to like a movie like that, so. All right, one of the most popular movies of all time is next, Barbie. Yeah, I still do love Barbie, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. Barbie's great. I feel like we all know because it's one of the most popular movies of all time, but Barbie is fantastic, and you should all watch it. Like, if you don't like it, grow up, quit being sexist, and grow up, because this movie's great. So, yeah. Next up is The Great Dictator, a movie I watched pretty recently, and I loved it. I loved it so much. I think it has, you know, some of the best screenplays. Just it's got some really great character and casting. It's really great. Like the ending speech is still like one of the best scenes ever. Like it's just really great. Like definitely one of Charlie Chaplin's finest. I just realized I put these two next to each other. I put two satires next to each other. Next we have Jojo Rabbit. Yeah, this movie is really great. You start off thinking, oh, it's like a little comedy, you know, making fun of when, you know, what happened back then. And then I'm crying like a little baby in class because of what happens in the movie. Oh my gosh, this movie is fantastic. Go watch it. It's amazing. Next up is Inception. Inception is a really great movie. One of Nolan's finest, not his best. There are still some problems with it, but Inception is really great, and I'm sure a lot of you know what Inception is. It's like the most popular movie of all time. So, all right. Next up is Star Wars, the only Star Wars movie to be nominated for Best Picture. And I think the first one is deserving of that because it is a technical marvel when it came out. Like, still, like, even today, it is still one of the best movies of all time. So, obviously, Best Picture, sure. All right, next up is La La Land, the movie that almost won Best Picture. I do genuinely believe this would be second place. Like, I've said this before. I just made a whole video about La La Land and Tick Tick Boom, so go check that video out. I do genuinely believe that if La La Land was the winner, I don't think anyone would be mad at that. I do think this is genuinely, like, the best movie of that year that I've seen, at least. Like, yeah, this movie is going down as one of the best movies of all time, one of the most popular movies of all time. If it won Best Picture, people would look back and think, that makes sense because this movie is great. This movie is getting way more, like, attention nowadays than, like, Moonlight, which is, you know, awesome. I'm glad this movie is still, like, clicking with people. I'm glad people are still loving it. It's just a great movie. Next up is Top Gun Maverick, a movie I recently rewatched in theaters, and oh my gosh, the movie where Tom Cruise is flying a plane made me cry. And it's great, and I love it. Top Gun Maverick is just one of the greatest movies of all time. Like, now, like, yes, Best Picture. Yes. It didn't win, but yes. Top Gun Maverick is excellent. Top Gun Maverick is one of the best movies I've ever seen. Really great directed, really great sounding, really great edited. Just still some great performances from Tom Cruise, Miles Teller. I always forget that John Hamm is like a legitimate actor when he's in things because I always think of him like a comedy actor. But like, no, he's great here too. They're all just great. Yeah. Yes. Best Picture. Yes. That makes a. Yes, I'm so glad he got in there. Next up is Good Will Hunting, the movie I think is better than Dead Poets Society. Yeah, this one's an all-time classic for sure. Like, this movie is just great. There's not a lot more I can say about it because I think you should all go watch it right now. The girl that was recommending me to watch Dead Poets Society. I was talking to her about like other movies she should see because she's more of like a calmer movie. Like she's recommending me like a lot of rom-coms, which are great. Don't get me wrong. And I was like, have you ever seen, and I've given her my recommendations of like movies that I think are kind of more on her level of, you know, watch. And I asked her, have you seen Good Will Hunting? She said, no, but I've heard it's very similar to Dead Poets. And I said, yeah, it's the Robin Williams leading white men cinematic universe. I don't think I actually said that to her, but yeah, they're pretty similar, but this movie's better. I think focusing on just one misguided youth is a lot more engaging because you really get to focus on that one character to where this movie, like Dead Poets kind of feels like, I feel like we're like focusing less on the other characters. This movie, like Good Will Hunting, definitely does a lot better with the characters. Next up is the movie with the most Oscar nominations ever. I'm so glad I got to watch it. Is Sinners. Sinners is fantastic. Just I'm glad Michael B. Jordan got his Oscar. I'm mad they didn't give one to his brother, but you know what? Yeah, Sinners is probably the second best film of 2025. Yeah, probably second best. We'll get to my favorite later, but yeah, Sinners is excellent. It's pretty excellent. All right, another war movie. We got Hacksaw Ridge. Here's what I'm talking about. Like, the characters and story in this movie are immaculate. If you don't like war movies and you just like, and if you had to watch one more war movie and you're kind of like you don't want to go for like the big gory stuff, this is what I recommend to you. Like, it's still gory, it's still war, but like, it's definitely more character focused, and I love that. Like this is the kind of movie I'd recommend to like a more calmer movie goer who just wants to, like, if you want to watch like a war movie, this is what I recommend to them. So Hacksaw Ridge is excellent. I love it. Mel Gibson at his finest, because I haven't seen any other Mel Gibson movies. So yeah. All right, A Few Good Men is next, and yeah, obviously this is one of the best screenplays ever. Tom Cruise, Jack Nicholson gives one of the best performances ever. Just an all-time classic, and I wish more people would talk about it now, because You Can't Handle the Truth is legitimately one of the best movie lines ever. I totally get the hype around this one. All right, to round out this wonderful list of 9 out of 10s, we have It's a Wonderful Life, a classic. I feel like if the most of the movie, like the beginning was just a little more fine tuned, if they would just kind of condense it down a little bit. I feel like there's like a lot of things going on, and I just kind of wanted to get to like I feel like if more of the movie was focused on like the life without him in it, I feel like it would be a little bit better if it was just a little more tighter. But it's still an excellent movie, and probably going to be a yearly watch for me now. It is excellent. All right, 10 out of 10. Here we go. Lord of the Rings: Return of the King is not my thing, but it is. Whoa, that rhymed. It is still excellent. Everything is just excellent. Everything, it's almost like near perfect how excellent this movie is. Like, direction, amazing. Acting, amazing. Action, amazing. Editing, from what I remember, is pretty good. The sound is great. It's just also great. It's not really my thing. Like, I'm probably never gonna rewatch The Lord of the Rings, but this movie is pretty great. And like, Best Picture, I'm all for it, because like, this kind of thing wouldn't happen today. Like, the third movie in a pop culture franchise won Best Picture. They wouldn't do that anymore. Yes, one of the best movies of all time. Best Picture. Heck yeah. My favorite movie of last year, Hamnet. Got a couple wins last year. I guess I got one, I think. Yeah, this movie is just a tearjerker for me. Like, I know that it has problems with its screenplay. I know there's a lot of problems with it, but Hamnet is still excellent. So if you like, yeah, I'm glad I got to see it, because it is still really good. All right, a movie that I recently gave like a 10 out of 10 to is Toy Story 3. I do genuinely believe this is one of the more like just really great Pixar movies. Like, made me cry, and that's not something an animated movie typically gets me to do, is cry at a movie that I've watched since I was a wee little lad. Somebody clip that. Yeah, Toy Story 3 is great. I love it. Casablanca is obviously one of the most well-known best movies of all time. I think this did win Best Picture. Obviously not for everyone, because it is kind of boring to someone who's not like into film, but this movie is one of the best movies like of all time. And yeah, it definitely it deserves this win. Some people don't like it. Some people think that like it feels too good for it. So like it's so much better than everyone else. But like, I don't know. I think it's pretty great. All right, we're taking a massive leap here to some of the greatest movies of all time. All time here. So let's do this. Gladiator is my dad's favorite movie, and I'm so glad it won, because it deserves it. Gladiator is excellent. Russell Crowe gives an excellent performance. It's got one of the best stories. Action is amazing. The score is pretty great. Like, it reminds me of Pirates of the Caribbean, which is great. Yes, by all means, Gladiator is one of the best movies of all time. For sure. All right, next up, we got The Godfather. You know, probably like the best movie of all time. To a lot of people is here. I found out recently, and I probably should have known this, but the horse head was real. The way that would never happen today is insane. Yeah, The Godfather is like I did not know if I was gonna think like this is kind of boring. I don't like it, but like no, it is really like legitimately one of the best movies of all time. It's got kind of the same like problem as Casablanca, where like there's not a lot. Like if you're a Marvel fan, you're not gonna get a lot out of this because it is a lot of talking. But yes, one of the greatest movies of all time for sure. Next up is The Social Network, and this might be the most like Academy. What are you doing? Why did this not win? Yeah, this movie is legitimately like not my favorite movie on this list, but like the fact that this did not win is like what keeps me up at night. This movie is excellent, and it should have won like everything, but no, it went to The King's Speech. I can't wait to watch The King's Speech and then compare it to like The Social Network. Like maybe The King's Speech is like the best movie of all time. I don't know. I've never seen it, but compared to The Social Network, from what I've heard, no. Social Network is excellent. All right, last war movie, Saving Private Ryan, one of the best movies of all time. Great characters, great story, great action, great editing, great cinematography. It's all just great. I almost hate the fact that I love it so much because of my like stigma against war movies. But no, this movie honestly deserves Best Picture, and it deserves so much more because it did not win Best Picture. It lost to Shakespeare in Love, which I've never seen, but a lot of people are really salty about that. So Whiplash did not win either, even though it definitely should have won a lot more. I'm just glad J.K. Simmons got his Oscar because this is like one of the greatest movie performances ever. It's just so good. I don't even know what more to say. It just, man, what? What? It's just so good. It just tells its story so excellently. And when you think it's over, it's not. It's just so great. And when you think it's not over, it is. And it's, oh man, it's so good. All right, third place, a movie that definitely should have won is 12 Angry Men. One of the greatest movies of all time. Movie I think everyone should watch. 12 Angry Men is excellent. Great movie. Great acting. Great, like fantastic. Like what probably like top 5 best screenplays ever. It's amazing. All right. The Shawshank Redemption did not win, but it is still one of the like highest like praised movies of all time. It's still one of my personal favorites. Yeah. I don't know because here, I'll just talk about number 1 here. My number 1 is Forrest Gump. I'm glad Forrest Gump took the Oscar, but part of me wishes that Shawshank did win because it did not get good sales in the box office. It did not, like I wish that it kind of redeemed itself. Funny joke there. I wish it kind of redeemed itself in winning Best Picture because that would get a lot more eyes on it. It still has a lot of eyes on it now because it did get really popular. Because Forrest Gump got the like financial, praise. It did get its money back in the way that Shawshank didn't. I'm really glad Forrest Gump won because it does deserve Best Picture, but Shawshank is something special. So yeah, there is all 59 Best Picture nominees that I've seen. So let me know what your favorite Best Picture nominee is. Let me know if you agree with my list. Let me know if you disagree. Let me know if you think Social Network should have won because it definitely should have. It definitely should have. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.